The steadfast way to get in is just go to your desktop, DK Playbook logo, link in there. Should not be too difficult. At this point, best tournament on DraftKings, $5 buy-in, 3-entry max. However, what will make Al happy, we have an announcement. The podcast video is now on YouTube. And and you get to see Al accused me of looking like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia already, and you get to see Peter's hostage Peter's hostage dark room. So if you're interested, not only is the video on DK Playbook on that landing page, but much to the joy of Al, you can now find us on YouTube.
Yeah, you get to see Adam's beautiful face. You get to see Pete's half dark face. He looks like Two-Face from Batman. You know, what was it, Harvey Dent?
Great.
It was Harvey Dent, right? So you're Harvey Dent in The Edge, and he's Tom Hanks from Philadelphia. This is a good look that we have going this week, guys.
What do you put into the search bar to find it, Al? Do you put in hashtag make it bigger into the search bar? Do you put in answers to the test? Do you put in like $1 million picks, DraftKings? Is that how you find the
that would be a good tag for that video. If you put because it's YouTube, you got to put in like tags, you got to have your title, you got to have your description, they got to match in triplicate in some way. If you could work in make it bigger into the tags on the YouTube video, the fine folks at DraftKings, if you could pull that off for us, that would be awesome.
If they could
have even made it like 8,200. They could have just made it 8,200, and they didn't do that. Throw me a bone.
If you put hashtag make it bigger in the tags on YouTube, all the sidebar videos are going to be porn, right?
Something, maybe. It could be dangerous. Don't click on any of the other videos.
So much defensive attention being paid to AJ Green. And believe me, I love Tyler Boyd, man. I mean, I've played him more than anybody this year, but he's up in the same price range now as Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas, and guys like that. And I think, Al, that's asking a lot for Tyler Boyd in this spot, even though he does have an awesome matchup against PJ Williams.
It's asking a lot of Tyler Boyd, but it's not asking a lot of Tyler Boyd in this slot. Are you saying that we should not be playing Tyler Boyd this week, Adam?
I think it's a pretty good fade, and I doubt I would play him over Devontae Adams or Michael Thomas.
Going to put Adam on the list. Right.
Are we going to play the Jets defense here, Adam, given that teams going against Buffalo, these defenses, they're like plus 16 points above expectation or something ridiculous? I saw a tweet out there. I mean, This Bills team is just, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, if you adjust for the current NFL offensive atmosphere, the Bills are certainly the worst offense in the history of the NFL. On the other side, from an injury perspective, Sam Darnold has a foot injury. Josh McGod, if you will. If you've been following the podcast a long time, you'll remember the time that I or some of us, I don't remember exactly who, definitely me, played Josh McCown in cash when he was on the Browns, broke his collarbone in the second quarter, goes to the locker room, gets it tested out, sees the x-ray that shows he broke his collarbone, goes back into the game and throws another touchdown before leaving for good.
Just for good measure.
What'd you say?
So just for good measure.
Oh, my God. I mean, the guy's a hero. I mean, talk about Steph Diggs, an American hero. This guy, McCown, was a straight American hero that day.
Is Robbie Anderson going to draw him?
I
or do
was
we just not know?
I don't even looked at this game that hard because, like, the total is, 36 or something? I was just like, forget it, man.
Yeah, it's not really what we're looking for offense. But what about the Jets' defense against Buffalo? Are they priced up too high for as good as they are? I'm probably not going to play the Bills' defense on the road against McCown. I would rather play them against a rookie quarterback than a veteran. But the Jets' defense probably in play for me. McGuire and the Jets' D the same price, $3,400.
Yeah, that's the combo I think you want to play. Let's not spend any more time on this game that has
pass.
Is this the lowest total of the year? It's got to be.
It's got ever. The
lowest total ever. All right. And I have no problem with any of these Arizona guys. And I actually think Rosen's a decent tournament play, which makes me want to throw up in my mouth. But I think
Adam is not on board. Adam is not on board with Josh Rosen.
We are drawing way too many conclusions from a home game against San Francisco to a road game in Arrowhead.
That's the downside.
They could just go out and just get absolutely smashed. I didn't think their offense looked particularly good or all that different from an efficiency standpoint, and that was home against San Francisco. I would rather play Christian Kirk and pray that they get down 35-0 and Christian Kirk stays in and Larry Fitzgerald is on the sideline.
They're projected for 17 points. What could go wrong, Levitt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm way more pessimistic on Arizona than you guys.
I just want to have. Okay, which Chief do you want to have the most allocation to in tournaments this week?
I don't play that lottery garbage, but I'll say Kareem Hunt.
I want Tyreek Hill this week.
Yeah, I mean, let me say this about.
At home. How can he score?
I don't know. I don't see a ton here, Al, but I do think there's at least some interesting tournament plays in Galladay and Marvin and Jordan Howard at least.
Yeah, I think that. Hold on. Matthew Stafford just got sacked again. And Khalil Mack is back. And the Bears defense went down in price because they're not playing the Buffalo Bills. $3,600 is not an exorbitant price to pay. You're talking about tournament plays. The Bears were the tournament play on defense last week, at least for me. I know that the Dolphins also did well, but they were my tournament defense that I wanted to pay up for to be contrarian. And I think you can do it again here, especially with Mack coming back against the Lions, who just don't really have an affinity for blocking opposing pass rushers. This is weird, but I like Ben Watson this week. You know? At 3,400, I think you're getting good enough value from one of the top offenses in the league against a team that has allowed a ton of touchdowns and yards to opposing tight ends. And I think he's going to be low owned. So to me, I think that he's a solid play. Jimmy Graham, extremely touchdown dependent. And, you know, he's gotten some games where he's had a ton of targets and some games where he gets 4. That's the issue to me, is that it's inconsistent volume. You know? Like, that's really my only issue, is that he doesn't get repeated love from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers sometimes calls him, and sometimes Jimmy Graham's just sitting there waiting by the phone and like, oh, I wonder if Aaron's going to call. Best. I like Kelsey. I always like Kelsey. Just play him fine. Harder to fit him in cash this week than it was last week. But the guy I think that has the most chance for upside here, and Pete's going to give us one of his old babies, is Tyreek Hill.
Ty Freak. Well, Al, you just literally stole every single thing I wanted to say.
You want me to leave this for you then? Here. You want to do the blitz thing?
I have the Evan Silva tweet right in front of me, ready to give out some great data and, shout out friend of the podcast. Then you go through his entire tweet, which I was... I think Gurley and the Rams D are the safest, highest equity cash game plays, and then the receivers for the Rams are all fine. But I don't have a ton of conviction outside of Gurley and the Rams D. And Adam, I mean, Gurley went down in price again. I know he's coming off his worst game of the year, where he still scored and didn't have an awful game, but by his standards, it was bad.
His worst game of the year was 19 fantasy points.
Yeah. No, that was like his stone floor is like 20 points. It's so crazy.
Yeah, he's like a lock, right? 9,500.
I mean, they just keep making him cheaper. I mean, what's next? He's going to be like 8,500 next. I mean, it's crazy.
Jared Goff is 6,100. Jared Goff has been $6K for 2 weeks, has absolutely smashed for 2 straight weeks, 30 points last week. They raised his price, though, to 6,100.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a good tweet there, Al.
What?
Someone said, I'm just going to lock in Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hunt every single week.
I don't think that's a problem with that. And then figure out the rest.
That's a pretty good strategy. Just
not a bad start. Well, if you had just done that every week and just said, you know what, I'll find the value and I'm going to play Hunt, I'm going to play Mahomes and play Kelsey. Every week, I'll figure out the value. You'd probably be all right. If you said, I'm going to play Gurley and Goff when they're at home, right? Because at home, Goff is averaging 27.4 Draftkings points so far this year. If you just played that combo when the Rams are at home and find the value, you'd probably be doing all right.
Play Todd Gurley every week. Probably doing pretty good.
Yeah, and we have.
Yeah.
Who hasn't played Todd Gurley like every single week this year?
Yeah, DraftKings is making it, instead of a full roster, there's a free square every single week. And it didn't
My
change.
rosters come preloaded. My lineups all come preloaded with Todd Gurley. I have to X him out. I have to opt out of Todd Gurley instead of actually putting him into a lineup.
On the opposite side, I never do this, and I'm just hate that I'm all in on an old man, but I'm saying Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh no.
Whisper Rock member. Golfer. Just the king, finally healthy. He's gonna get a ton of targets. He's just gonna eat.
Not only old, but also coming off of like this huge game. Like it couldn't be like a worse situation.
I played him last week. Hey, I got the huge, or 2 weeks ago. I got the big game. I'm doubling down. I'm going in.